Out with the old and in with the new. So the last time that I had an Apple TV was the 3rd generation model. I think it only outputs 720p. So when I was watching Apple's latest release on the newest Apple TV 4K, I saw how much dust had collected on my 3rd generation Apple TV. I had to pick this up. So today we're going to be unboxing the Apple TV 4K Wi-Fi and Ethernet version, 128 gigabytes. So let's get right into the video. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox the Apple TV. Again, this is the 4K 3rd generation and the Wi-Fi and Ethernet. They have just a Wi-Fi version. I believe it's about $30 cheaper, but today we're going to be unboxing the Wi-Fi and Ethernet version. So let's go ahead and get right into the unboxing. I had bought this from Best Buy. They came out with this not too long ago. They just had a recent Apple release or launch. And they announced that they were coming out with the 3rd generation of this. So, okay. Well, that's not a great start. These are inflated. They're supposed to be inflated to protect your product. But hopefully the product is okay. Let's go ahead and set that here. Okay, so I actually have, I believe it's the 3rd generation Apple TV. So obviously it was time for an upgrade. This box looks a lot different. I know it's, I think, a little taller, so maybe that's the reasoning, or they just changed the packaging altogether. But I love the packaging. I think the last one was just kind of slimmer and maybe a little bit wider. This is more kind of a rectangular shape. You can see the Apple TV 4K right there, Wi-Fi and Ethernet. And then you have obviously your peels in the back, some information, again, the TV and 4K. So let's go ahead. And then on the front, you just have the actual device picture with the remote. It almost looks like that might be an actual size of the remote, but we can compare that once we open it. So let's go ahead and peel this. I'm always a fan of Apple's packaging, huge fan. I have tons of Apple products, so I always get excited when I get an Apple product to unbox. Let's go ahead and peel that off. And then there is a top one as well. That was very satisfying. So you have the usual just kind of, wow. I don't know if they just sit in a lab and think of the most satisfying sounds that you could possibly think of. It was a little dusty, so I wonder if this was kind of a floor model maybe. But anyways, always nice presentation with Apple. As you can see, very fingerprint heavy. I don't know how much you'll actually be touching it. It'll probably just sit in your setup and not move a lot. Let's go ahead and take this out. I'll kind of put that down for a second. I know Apple really isn't doing a ton of stuff in their packaging anymore. It's kind of their effort to kind of help with the environmental impact. So I believe you have the remote right here, and then underneath, I think it's just the power cord. When I had my 3rd generation, I'm pretty sure it came with an HDMI, but I don't believe they're shipping them anymore with an HDMI cord. So you just have the power cord right here. From what I remember from my 3rd generation Apple TV, the cord was always super high quality. It would be nice if they included a 4K HDMI cable. But I guess with their whole kind of environmental impact thing, they're kind of trying to avoid more cables and stuff like that you probably already have. I think this just kind of slides out here. So let's go ahead and just do that. Always the most satisfying sounds. I don't know how they do it. So let's see. Let's compare it to the front here. Wait for that to focus. Wow, that's actual size. Okay. I wondered. And I'm gonna guess. I think this is probably actual size too. Huh, that's kind of cool. I don't remember that with the 3rd generation. Obviously, that was a while ago for when that came out. Go ahead and look at the remote really quick. Feels very sturdy. From what I remember from the 3rd generation, it really wasn't that sturdy. It was kind of a lot smaller, and it just had maybe 2 or 3 buttons and then the dial. I believe this has a lot more features. Again, down the line, I'll be doing a full review of this product. I just wanted to unbox it, get maybe a month with it, and then do a full on review. I know there's a lot of features, a lot of different with the dial and capacitive, but it feels very sturdy in the hand. It feels very high quality. You have the little Siri button right there. But just first impressions, it feels really high quality. It's a lot bigger than the controller, which I don't mind. Obviously, it's smaller than like a TV remote. It would come with like a Samsung, LG, any of those. So I really don't mind it. And plus, I can just utilize the app on my phone if I want to too. But I really don't mind the size. It just kind of feels really sturdy, a little heavy, which I like. Since it is kind of a smaller device, I like that it is a little more sturdy and heavy. And then we have another peel. So go ahead and get your ears ready. Make sure that's in focus. Oh, that one didn't really have as much as a sound as I was hoping for. Wow, that it really is a fingerprint magnet. I mean, they don't make it in any other color that I know of. Maybe a silver. We have another peel right here. Oh, okay. That was a little better on the sound. I'll give him that much. But super sleek and black. I guess when it's sitting there, you're not going to be touching it, so you're not going to be seeing any fingerprints. We'll kind of wipe these off before I set it down where I'm going to set it in my entertainment system. This is going to be going in my bedroom, so this will be for a bedroom TV. So it'll probably be just kind of hidden away. Then you have the ports on the back, so you have your actual where you plug in for power. You have your Ethernet port, of course, and then you have your HDMI. So again, they don't provide the HDMI cord. I wish they did. They used to. They're doing their whole thing, so you're not going to get that in the packaging. You're just going to get the power and the remote and then the device itself. So it just plugs in right there. And then I got the Ethernet version just because I will be streaming live TV, so I wanted the best connection possible. So I wanted to hardwire it and then obviously, you know, plug in my HDMI into my TV. So first impressions, weirdly enough, it feels lighter than the remote. I'm going to hold both. Okay, about the same. Maybe a little heavier on that. Interesting. Okay, I wonder what's in this that makes it heavier than this. So you have the rubberized pad on the bottom. This just kind of helps. It kind of comes out a little bit. If you can see, it's a little raised from like where this is. And that's just kind of where it sits on the flat surface. And then obviously you kind of have this facing towards you. But first impressions, other than that it's a fingerprint magnet on top, it's just going to be sitting there, so that's not a worry of mine. It feels really good, feels solid. It'll be obviously interesting to see because it's a huge upgrade from just their third one that they ever made. That's not even, I think it was 720p, I don't think it was 1080p. That's how long ago that was. To then switching to a third generation 4K with a A15 Bionic chip in it. And so many other features like Dolby Atmos. So it'll be really interesting to see that kind of jump. Obviously, you know, it's not probably as huge of a jump from the last version to this version, but I'm definitely going to sit with it for probably about a month, review it. But I just want to get some first impressions, kind of unbox this. Again, you just get this, the actual device, and then the power cord. I just wish there was a 4K cable that came in the packaging. That would have been nice to see. Maybe that's one of the ways they're cutting costs. I believe this is even cheaper than the last one. Let's just go ahead and get back in front of the camera. So that has been the unboxing of the Apple TV 4K 3rd generation Wi-Fi and Ethernet, 128 gigabytes. I was pleasantly surprised with the whole unboxing experience. I just picked this up today. Actually, it shipped to my house. I love the remote. I'm really excited for like the next month or so to really just test this out, review it. I know it's been out for a little bit, but I'm really excited since it's been a much needed upgrade from the 3rd generation to now, and having that A15 Bionic. Again, I'll get into more of an in-depth review once I've actually tested this thing out, had it for some time, tested out the remote and all the features and new functions that the newest generation of this model has. Again, I'm really disappointed about not having an HDMI cable, but maybe that is how they are kind of cutting that price and making it cheaper than the last generation. but it would be nice to have that 4K HDMI cable, because this cable is such high quality and it feels so good, but it's better for the environment. So we're just gonna go with that. But overall, I love the packaging. This thing is a fingerprint magnet, but again, you're not gonna be touching it a lot. You're gonna be touching the remote, which isn't a fingerprint magnet. So thanks for watching the unboxing. Again, look out for the review coming probably in about a month or so, when I've had some time with the device and I have some time to test it out. If you like this video or any other videos on my channel, please go ahead and leave a like or a comment down below. I read them all, I reply to them all. I love talking to you guys. If you have any recommendations, things you want to see me test on this device, or any other devices you want to see me unbox or review, please let me know down in the comments. I read them all. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.